Shalom, Kal Halal, Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, Bahashim Kodash. Double honors to the elder apostles and the elder bishops of GMS, including the elder that came before them that taught us his truth. Shalom and salutations to all the brothers out pushing the word of truth and in sincerity, the hopeful elect tabernacle of David, to the Akwat that are listening and learning, being a pillar of rest, the 144,000, the 1/3, the hopeful elect of Israel, and the brother Yahshua. I'm back with the WW3 Daily Update. Shalom and salutation to you as well. Today is Wars and Rumors of War Tuesday. I guess I'm going to go through with it. Matthew 24:6. And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of war. See that you be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. And what we do on Tuesday is we read these other versions and extricate some of these words. You will hear of wars and rumors of war. That's the famous quote, Bible quote, right? In LT, we have threats. We got rumors of war, threats of wars. We scroll down, we got rumors and threats and reports of wars. Rumors, threats, reports, and news. Where's news? Slovakia. And the news of battles far away. We got rumors, threats, reports, and news. So let's see what the hell is going on. We're going to keep this short. Yes, the fighting didn't stop yesterday. There were attacks on Crimea from the Ukrainians yesterday. There was a top general who was assassinated yesterday. You tell me, right, if there's a ceasefire, right? And I'll show you the scripture at the end of this. Let's watch this.
5:03, and we continue our coverage of the Israel-Hamas war, starting with a new ceasefire being offered.
Yeah, right. There ain't no ceasefire. That's war strategy. I'm gonna wave the white flag while we wait for this shipment to come across the Cape of Good Hope, because it can't go through the Red Sea.
But so far, there's little, if any, support for it. ABC's Andrew Dimbert has the latest.
This morning, despite growing international calls for a ceasefire, Israel is forging ahead with its bombing campaign in Gaza. Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, during a surprise visit with his troops, proclaimed, "We are not stopping." Netanyahu saying the war will continue until Hamas is destroyed. Just hours earlier, one of the deadliest airstrikes for civilians since the war began. The Hamas-run Gaza Health Ministry says at least 70 people were killed in an airstrike on this refugee camp. Dozens of women and children among the victims. Also over the weekend, at least 17 Israeli soldiers were killed, sparking renewed protests in Israel.
Wait a minute. What happened to Christmas in the Holy Land? Right? Well, old Nimrod, he does require some sacrifices, right? And they were carried out. They know what they're doing under the guise of goodwill to men, right?
The Prime Minister was heckled in Parliament by families of Israeli hostages held by Hamas.
We need someone to tell us what they're going to do. We need everyone to know that Romy and many more hostages are still held.
That's a civil war right there. Okay. The civil war in Israeli, right, is going to be more effective than the greater war, right? Everybody's going to have a civil war. Babylon the Great is going to have a civil war. Okay? Pursuant to Isaiah 19:2. All right? Well, they're over there right now. The Amalekites are having a civil war. And they're showing you. So, wars and rumors of war. Wars plural. Ground wars, propaganda war, civil war, right?
in Gaza, and we want people to remember them and to not forget that they're there and they need to come home.
Neighboring Egypt is now proposing a new ceasefire plan. It includes a mediated release of hostages and the formation of a new Palestinian government in Gaza. Neither side outright rejected the offer, raising hopes for a new round of diplomacy. But there's also growing concern about a wider conflict in the region. Iran says a high-ranking Iranian general was killed during an Israeli airstrike in Syria yesterday, an Iranian political group now calling for revenge.
Wait a minute. What happened to Silent Night? Nigga, it wasn't Silent Night last night. It was the 4th of July. It was bombs bursting in air. Okay? What happened to Silent Night? Right? What happened to the 1914 truce where we all laid down our weapons and played soccer and sipped on chocolate? What happened to that?
Well, the U.S. is hoping to work with Israel to scale down operations in Gaza, and Axios reports one of Prime Minister Netanyahu's top confidants will visit the White House today, where officials plan to discuss a time frame for the next phase of the war.
The next phase of the war. Not whether or not they're going to call a ceasefire or let's see. Here's what we call it in the scripture. Peace and what? Here's what's going to happen. All right, let's consult the scriptures. 1 Thessalonians 5 and 3, and we'll end on this. For when they shall say, Salaki, let me start it again. 1 Thessalonians 5 and 3 in the King James. For when they shall say, peace and safety, isn't that what they're saying right now? Then sudden destruction cometh upon them as travail upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape. Ain't no peace and safety. Okay? Ain't no peace and safety. Why? Because the Most High, man's goings, right? Proverbs 20 and 24. There's no free will. They have free will. No, there ain't no free will. Proverbs 24, Proverbs 20 and 24. Man's goings are of the Lord. How can a man then understand his own way? Right? Proverbs 21 and 1. Let's see who's running shit. Proverbs 21 and 1. The king's heart, which is his mind, is in the hand of the Lord. As the rivers of water, he turneth it whithersoever he will. The Most High is running the king. Right? The Most High runs everything, including the king. So he gonna do what the Most High got him doing. You gonna kill a top general in Iran today and get this thing popping for real. Right? Well, that's what we're watching. We're watching the Most High's plan play out in real time. And it's a beautiful thing. All right, so with that, we hope that the elect are edified. That's all we got for today. All right. What's the update today? Hey, the war's proceeding on right under everybody's nose and didn't miss a beat last night. Didn't stop to open a damn present. Okay? But instead, it actually escalated exponentially. The war escalated exponentially. Crimea was a red line for Russia. Right? Remember that? So where are the pocket nukes at? Where are the suitcase nukes? Right? That's the next act. Right? 2024. What's going down? Hey, you still got to get through that ceremony, that satanic ceremony called the New Year's, the baby New Year and all of that. What does a baby New Year? What does a baby have to do? Somebody gonna die and sacrifice on that night. Anyway, with that, we hope that the elector edified you, brothers and few sisters. With that, we can say shalom.